Hello, 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 and welcome to my next reaction to The Sandman. So, you guys already know I'm loving this show. What I really love is kind of whenever I press play, I have no idea what I'm going to be watching because every episode, though there's obviously things that tie it all together, is just a different vibe, even a different type of story. And I really love that. I really love the random nature or I guess spontaneous nature that, like, whenever I press play I have no idea what I'm about to watch, and that's kind of exciting. And a lot of these episodes are super thought-provoking, and I'm excited to get into the next one. Let's go.
Heads up! Sorry, man. Nice catch though. Thank you.
Look at you. Sitting here moping, pigeon feeding. It's not like you.
No. Perhaps it isn't.
I'm assuming this is a sibling.
And so I embarked upon a journey to find them. Which I did. I felt disappointed. Let down. Empty. I was so sure that once I got everything back, I'd feel good. I feel like nothing.
Wow. Okay.
You are utterly the stupidest, most self-centered, pathetic excuse for an anthropomorphic personification
Oh!
on this or any other plane.
Oh my word.
Your game is over. You're as bad as Desire. No, worse.
Ooh.
He's not my friend, he's my brother. And he's an idiot.
I'm just feeding the birds.
You can come with me if you want. Or you can stay here and sulk.
I'll come with you, I suppose.
Oh!
Don't do me any favours. Sure, Franklin. You'll see me again.
Seriously?
Sim. They're good for you.
I'm not hungry.
You just have it later.
Oh, I kind of already love this, like,
Thanks.
vibe between the two of them.
Thank you. Can you hear it?
I know this piece.
No. Don't stop, please. Do you know who I am?
No. Not yet, please.
Oh, she's dead.
There's something I have to say. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
Oh.
Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God. The Lord is one. I look so old, so empty. So, I'm dead.
Ooh. Wow. Oh.
You ready?
When I was captured, it wasn't me they were looking for. It was you.
I know. Sam.
You don't understand. All our flight information is on my phone. I just need to give her the code.
Oh.
Sorry, Sam.
But we're on a honeymoon.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew.
Sam!
Does it not bother you?
I actually used to think I had the hardest job in all our family.
Oh, did you? And yet I am far more terrible than you.
This is such an interesting
It was fine in
dynamic.
the beginning. I thought about giving up. Walking out.
Oh no.
I'm afraid so.
Oh!
That's all you get.
Alright, sweetie. Lunchtime.
We can go.
Do some eating.
Oh,
Then maybe
oh, that's so fucking sad.
lovey.
People may not be ready for my gift, no matter what the circumstance.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Each of us stands alone. The sunless lands are far away and the journey is hard. We're here to serve them. It isn't about quests or finding purpose outside our function. Our purpose is our function.
Oh.
I need them as much as they need me. I think I'm really very lucky.
Oh.
Listen, I've got to head back soon.
I thank you, my sister.
Oh. Oh, I love this dynamic. I really like them
So family's
together a
about-
lot.
Little brother.
Jemima! Over here!
One last appointment. Then have to go.
I can't wait for an appointment.
Oh, is that the guy from
Tell him
earlier?
I said hello.
That car came like this close to him.
This close, huh?
Yeah.
Don't be a stranger, okay?
Oh my. Right now, Dream is serving fun comedic host at a baking show. You know what I mean? Some of you will know what I mean.
Death is stupid.
You're a fool, Hog.
I've made up my mind. I'm not going to die.
Hobbs, death comes for every man.
Why would any sensible creature crave an eternity of this?
I could grant him his wish.
Do that, and he will be begging for death within a century, I assure you.
This could prove very interesting.
What will you do with all that money?
Oh boy. Oh no.
Let us meet here again, Robert Gatling, in this Tavern of the White Horse, in 100 years.
Oh, this guy is gonna have
Don't
a
mind me.
very interesting life.
100 years' time,
Oh boy.
on this day. Have I made a bargain with the devil?
No.
Then why aren't I dead? Long since. Is this kind of game?
You live your life as you choose, then on this day, every 100 years, we will meet.
Because you want to know what it's like. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, I feel like the tune's gonna change
It's all
eventually.
changing.
We're gonna go on a roller coaster.
Chimneys. Not having your eyes watering all the time from the smoke. And now we have these little cloth pieces for your nose. In the old days, we just used our sleeves.
What will you people think of next?
Well, it's only like something to get rid of fleas.
But what have you been doing for the last 100 years?
I've started in a new trade. It's called printing. Don't need to be a guild member, not yet.
So
Okay.
you still want to live?
Oh, yes.
All right. He's optimistic right now.
And for one's dreams, one may consort and bargain with the darkest powers.
Got in a couple of bottles of good wine for us. Already made a start on them.
Hello, Hog.
Wow, look at your outfit.
And a healthy gift of gold to the crown, saw to a knighthood.
Wow.
My fair Eleanor, a little Robin. My first son born in over 200 years on this earth. This is what I always dreamed heaven would be like.
Oh.
Way back. It's safe to walk the streets, enough food, good wine.
He's
God's
gonna
words.
lose him.
If only I could write like you. In Faustus, when you wrote, I would give anything to have your gifts. To give men dreams that would live on long after I'm dead.
Who is he?
His name's Will Shaxford. Acts a bit, wrote a play.
Is he good?
No, it's crap. That chap next to him, with the broken leg, he's a good playwright. Anyway,
Huh.
And you write great plays. Create new dreams to spur the minds of men. Is that your will?
it is
And let us talk.
everything to live for. And nowhere to go but up.
I don't know, babe.
No, thank you.
Don't wait. Get us back to the stew with the rest of the filth.
Let him be.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh no.
Knew you'd be here. I lost it all. My land, my Eleanor. She died in childbirth. They tried to drown me as a witch. I lived there 40 years, overconfident. Got out on the skin a little more.
Moly.
And then it got worse.
So do you still wish to live?
Are you crazy? Death is a mug's game. I've got so much to live for. Look at me all this. I'm about to beat the fucking table.
Oh my goodness.
Get a cargo of Negroes, pack them in like sardines. Same ship takes them across the Atlantic, then comes back here with raw cotton, tobacco and sugar. What?
It's a poor thing for one man to enslave another.
What happened to live your life as you choose?
The choice is yours. Would you take that choice away from others?
Will Shakespeare. He turned out to be a half-decent playwright after all. What's your name?
I might ask both of you that same question, gentlemen.
Oh my.
Please, please. Do not trouble yourselves to rise. 2 years past, sewn into the shirt of a dead man.
Wow.
And this. What manner of creatures are you then?
Who wants to know?
I'm Lady Joanna Constantine. You will both follow me, sir, as my coach is without.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Wait.
What did you do to her?
She has old ghosts that I've shown to her.
Wow.
You need not have come to my defense.
Clearly. Still, I didn't want to be drinking alone here in 100 years' time. I'm perfectly safe. I can't die, remember?
Aye, but you can be hurt.
Hmm.
You must be cautious.
Always.
You could be like tortured for all eternity. That
100
wouldn't
years
be
then.
fun. Get a new profession. Ugh.
I may have learned a bit from my mistakes, but it doesn't seem to stop me from making them. I think I know why we still meet here century after century.
And what might that be?
Friendship?
Oh.
I think you're lonely.
Oh. I kind
You
of think
dare.
so too.
Dare suggest one such as I might need your companionship.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Yes, I do.
Oh damn! He said yes. Wow! Oh, that got so tense so quick.
Tell you what, I'll be here in 100 years' time. If you're here then too, it'll be because we're friends. No other reason.
Oh no! When is it? Oh, I forgot. I wasn't clocking. Oh no! Oh no!
You waiting for someone? I think I've been stood up. I'm just an idiot.
I've seen plenty of friends get in fights in pubs, even more of them. Laugh about it together later. This place has been sold to make room for new flats. The borough council are trying to stop them, but if you've got enough money in this country, you can do whatever you bloody want.
Oh my goodness. Not their spot. Oh.
You're late.
I've always heard it impolite to keep one's friends waiting.
Oh! 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 Oh my goodness! Oh!
Attend, sweet sibling. It is I, Desire.
Okay.
My brother has found a way out of his cage.
Oh.
The plan has failed.
Oh.
But don't worry, I have a new one.
Oh! Wow. Wow. What an episode. You know, it's really interesting because it felt like there were kind of two different, you know how I started this saying that, you know, every episode has a different vibe or it's telling a different type of story or it feels sort of isolated, right? This, I mean, the beginning of this episode and the second half of this episode, I felt like we're also kind of isolated, but sort of related with a lot of stuff. Now, oh my goodness, I don't even know where to begin. There is so much. Okay. I really love that this entire episode is really about, you know, sort of now what with Dream. You know, what does he do now? He really was on a quest. He had things to do. He had revenge to get, or even, I mean, really, however you want to classify it, or just helping repair things within his realm, within himself, getting, you know, collecting these items that he needs, and, you know, all of this stuff. And, you know, episode 5 being kind of really having this, at least culminating in him finding his own power, achieving this thing that he was working on, right? And then he feels empty. And when he was talking, I cannot express, and you know what, death kind of read him a bit, all right? And I felt that in my core. But when he was talking about it, I thought it was insanely relatable, and not in the sense of, you know, I haven't recently gone on a quest to help, you know, collect these items and you know, all of the craziness that he has. However, something that I've been struggling with recently, and I really had no intention of talking about this, but I do kind of want to talk about it because I really oddly related to how he was feeling, in the sense of I realized that I was trying to, recently in my life, I was trying to obtain happiness by sort of like, almost like a checklist. Like, I thought, I'm going to give like a couple of examples that you guys are kind of already aware of, but like, if I put all of this effort into these videos, into my channel, which I know you guys appreciate, and no, it's fine, then, and if I meet a certain amount of success, then I will be happy, right? Or if, I mean, there was something a big thing for me was finally getting the surgery for my nose. If you guys are new here, I recently, I've been having breathing problems forever, and I got a septoplasty, and it was not fun, and the recovery process wasn't that fun or whatever, but I was like, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna be happy. And there was a lot of, those are just two examples, but a lot of things that I was trying to accomplish, and I kind of had it in my head that like, once I do these things, I'm gonna feel better, I'm gonna be so happy, and everything's gonna be great. And some of the things didn't really work out the way that I was anticipating or the way that I thought. And I either achieved something like Dream did, and I was like, okay, I achieved it. Okay, I should be completely fulfilled. And that really didn't happen. And I got almost frustrated with it, kind of like slowly but surely feeling more and more down, because it just, you know, it really didn't fulfill me from within as much as I thought it would. And there's something really interesting about putting so much effort into something and feeling almost disappointed with the outcome, even though you like, maybe you do achieve it. Maybe you don't. There's also like disappointment with that. There could be disappointment with you put all this work and effort into something and you don't feel like you're getting any return. That was something I was struggling with a lot. In certain, I'll relate it to my channel because I think that's the easiest thing for me to talk about and for you guys to understand what I'm saying. But, you know, I put in so much effort while I was still technically kind of recovering from surgery. I wasn't 100% into some videos around like June, July time frame, and some did okay, but nothing was really taking off. And I was tired. I was tired. I was putting forth this effort and I'm like, no, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be, and I just wasn't getting the return that I needed. There is something to that effect. You put a lot of effort into something and then you don't get the return and you're disappointed in that. And then, you know, when it comes to my nose and breathing and getting the surgery and having to go through a period of time where, you know, it was quite painful and stuff. Once I was like, once I'm able to breathe every day, everything is going to be amazing. And to a point, yeah, that life has gotten slightly easier. I still do get congested, if you guys want to know, like probably maybe like once a week or something. It's not something completely out of my system yet, but it is definitely so much better than it was at the beginning of the year. And it's just really, but was everything solved because I, you know, could finally breathe again? Like I was kind of hoping. I mean, I don't know that I was hoping that everything would be resolved, but I really thought I was going to get this big boost of energy and everything was going to be great. I was going to be so happy. I mean, not necessarily. And I think it's just such a almost lifelong quest for a lot of us to even find what truly, truly makes us happy. And sometimes even achieving something isn't going to get us there. Or we're not going to feel as happy as we think we're going to feel, and then we're almost disappointed by it. Okay, I know that was a long spiel about myself and whatever. It's something that I've just been really dealing with in my life, and that first scene with Dream really, I just related to it. But it was just so beautiful watching him kind of go along with death and hearing from her, like, she's found a purpose and it's something bigger than herself. There's something, and oh God. Okay, no, I'm just going to say this quick. I want to get all my thoughts together. But, and she even talked about, I almost walked away. I mean, on paper, bringing people to terms with their death is not a fun job at all. And I would love to see more of her journey, and how she really got to the place where she is now, where she's this like beautiful, comforting spirit for a lot of them. And everybody reacts a little bit differently. You know, we had a bunch of different examples given to us. You know, a man in his old age and wanted to say a prayer. You know, a baby. Oh, the baby. Oh my goodness. Now also the kid who got shot. A young adult, I guess, but like. That really got to me because that, you know, and oh my God, and I really related to that one gentleman who said something to the effect of like, oh no, but my wife, she needs the passcode to my phone because all of our flight information is there. That is something I would be worried about, you know, in like the grand scheme of like, you're literally facing your death right now, but something so trivial as that, that felt so relatable to me, that moment. Anyway, you know, for her to kind of really take her job and what she does, so her job, her purpose, I guess, you know, and to really put her heart and soul, but truly her compassion into it, and almost her optimism into it. And to really fulfill that purpose, it really was kind of beautiful to see Dream sort of maybe look at that. You know, he was really consumed by, you know, his mission, his quest, so to speak, right? And I don't really blame him, but he might feel more fulfilled if he focuses on what he's, I guess, supposed to be doing, or what is actually going to be fulfilling in the dreams of people, these people. I don't know. It was just so lovely to see that. And, you know, relating it slightly back to myself for a second, what I have found, and I've been really trying to pay attention to like, what are the moments where I feel happiest, or where I feel like I'm feeling fulfilled. I'm so sorry to keep relating it to me, because but I like genuinely, I felt a connection to that specific part of this episode because of what I've been going through recently. And genuinely, it's this. It's not necessarily making videos in general, but whenever I get a show like this, another good example would be Hill House, Midnight Mass, anything Mike Flanagan does, you know, there's plenty of other examples, and honestly any show that I do, but where I can dive deep into it and share my thoughts and feelings with you guys about the characters, about you know, the stories that are trying to be told. And obviously, if you guys watch my channel long enough, you guys know that I really do try to deep dive into characters' feelings and their thoughts and their mentalities of stuff. That is what I find super interesting. And when I can deep dive into that, and then when I hear you guys like it, or you know, maybe say something like, oh, I haven't thought of it that way, or, you know, just really, that is when I feel 100% like fulfilled and happy. It's not, you know, no amount of views on a video, or, you know, increase in subscribers is really going to make me feel the same way I do when I get those comments from you guys, or when I'm feeling really like I'm doing what I should be doing. That sounds so stupid. I understand, because I'm just talking about TV, but like I get it. But it's just it's quite interesting. And anyway, I wanted to kind of share that with you guys because of the fact that I just really related to that. And what I loved is now, after we sort of do, oh, by the way, before I move on, love the characterization that Dream and Death, Dream being something that you typically say, my dreams, it's positive, it's happy, it doesn't always have to be, there are nightmares, you know, but like in general, you hear the word dreams, you have a like, just a lovely maybe association with the word, right? Death, not so much. Death is dark, the unknown. I mean, why do people fear death so much? It is the unknown. And how do we all react? It's all very scary. And it's like, what can we do before we go? And do we have regrets? And there's a lot being tied in with when you face death. And it's just so interesting that Dream is a very brooding, stoic type of character. I wouldn't say that his character has a very happy disposition. Call me crazy. That's not what I would say, okay? But then Death has just a very comforting, compassionate, optimistic, almost like bubbly, but not like in your face bubbly, but just like that vibe. And it's just so wonderful to see how maybe they evolved that way, maybe they are, but it's just so interesting to see them, you know, have almost the opposite of what their name suggests, right? Their personalities, I mean. And then I loved kind of moving on to this story about this immortal guy, almost made, I mean, I guess made immortal based off of a bet, basically. And the fact that, can I just say, like, oh my God, there's so much that I feel like I could say, but I love the fact, you know, at first he was really happy about being immortal, right? We're seeing that. It's easy in the first go of it. You don't have to worry about dying. There's some great thing, you know. And I was even saying, as you could see in the reaction, I was like, oh man, it's gonna come crashing down. He's not gonna be happy, you know. And it did. It did. As soon as he said he had like a wife and kid, I was like, oh boy, they're gonna not live as long as you, and it's gonna be horrible. And it actually turned out a lot more horrible than I thought, you know. I figured he was gonna lose his family, but he even added more onto that, and I was like, oh geez, yeah, they didn't, you know. But he still had hope. And he still wanted to live. And honestly, in some regards, and I know Dream and his realm and what he represents is complicated, and there's a lot within it, right? In my opinion. But he is honestly a really decent representation of what Dream represents. I hate like saying the same word twice when I'm trying to explain things, but like I think he genuinely, if we're going by, people's hopes and dreams, and a lot of stuff that was focused on in the last episode, where we really focus on what happens when all of that's taken away, when all of that's just vanished from you. We're seeing somebody who absolutely keeps wanting to live, keeps wanting to drive forward. It's always about what's next. And this is almost, we're seeing a firsthand account of Dream almost rediscovering that. What's next for you? What do you, how are you going to fulfill your purpose, to feel whole, so to speak? And I loved it. I also loved the fact that this is, a friend. A friend. And, it does almost seem like this death or dream, or we haven't really gotten into Desire too much yet. And I can't wait for Daffodil to show up. Oh my God, it's just going to be the best. But yes, in some regards it can seem very lonely. And a lot of things can be shifted with perspective, of course, but there is something really great that Dream and this gentleman has a constant in their life, in a ever-changing, ever-growing existence. There is like a weird stability of every 100 years. And obviously, Dream was late for some reasons, but it was just so beautiful how that ended. It really, I loved that whole interaction between all of them throughout the years, between the both of them throughout the years. I just genuinely, I thought it was amazing. And there was something really emotional about this episode, and not just, all of the death scenes were very emotional. I think we all either, maybe, I don't want to speak for everybody, but how we feel about death specifically is, it can be so scary. But I loved that they showed a representation of, it all felt very real. It felt very real, these moments. And, I'm tearing up because it's just like, I can see myself reacting that way, or somebody else could see themselves reacting that way, It just felt like very real moments of what would happen when we face death and how scary that can be. And then we have the flip side, and dealing with someone who is immortal, and can't die. And what does that, what does that release of fear of death do for your hopes and dreams? It's an interesting thing to kind of look into. I really loved this episode. I thought it was amazing, thought-provoking, as per usual. I'm pretty sure when I re-edit it, I'm gonna maybe focus on different things, or that I find to be really, really fascinating. And I'm sorry to talk about myself so much earlier on, but I felt a connection to that. And just amazing, just beautiful. Really, it was like a beautiful episode that has to deal with death, but also purpose, fulfillment, feeling satisfaction in your whole being, your presence. It was just, I really, really loved it. I thought it was amazing. And I adored both halves of the episode that seemed very, very different, but tied together very beautifully, in my opinion. All right, I think that is about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.